already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moo Shot himself. Bobby Arum. Bob Arum. You really think you're going to take your money to the grave, don't you, huh? You really think you're going to die with your money? Yeah, I think he think he's going to die with his money. And Bobby, you're not going to die with your money, all right? You're not going to die. You're going to be lonely up in that coffin, or just like everybody else, okay? Bobby Arum, Bob Arum, Top Rank, you have done a wonderful job of developing fighters. You know, we all know that. We're going to give you credit where credit is due. We're going to give it the flames when it needs to be sparked, all right? Now, look, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Oscar De La Hoya, Miguel Cotto, Manny Pacquiao, reinventing George Foreman, so many fighters. Look, Teofimo Lopez, Beavis Lomachenko, new rising star, Shakur Stevenson is going to be the next one. No, even Edgar Berlanga, you know who's going to be prospect of the year. He's knocking everybody on their mama. We understand that Top Rank knows how to develop fighters and know how to turn them into superstars. But when they get to that position, we know that you could be one of the cheapest people on the face of this earth, Bobby. Yeah, you know what you're doing. Yeah, you're one of the most prestige, and probably the most prestige promoter that the sport has ever seen. But you probably one of the cheapest that the sport has ever seen as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this recent interview with Pug and Cobb boxing, boxing show, this is what Bobby Arum had to say with Teofimo Lopez. You already know that Teofimo Lopez is supposed to be fighting his IBF mandatory, George Kambosos, and they're going on purse bid because Bobby Arum doesn't seem and doesn't feel like he needs to pay the Teofimo Lopez of the world, or it's just not a big enough fight for him to splurge and come out of pocket because he really think he's going to die with his money. Didn't Teofimo Lopez October 17th beat your golden goose? Huh? We all know that was your golden goose, Bob Arum. We know that you wanted Vasily Lomachenko to be that golden goose, trying to compare it to Muhammad Ali. My goodness. Anyway, Teofimo Lopez went out there and beat Vasily Lomachenko, capturing all the titles. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. You already know, got 4 titles, got the ring. And when it comes with those 4 titles, guess what? Sanctioning fees needs to be paid. And as a champion, we already know that the champions pay the most sanctioning fees. And we understand that his minimum was supposed to be what 1.2 million. He got 1.2 million, I believe. 1.2, 1.5 to fight Vasily Lomachenko, knowing that they would have fought May 30th before the pandemic. It was scheduled to fight May 30th. He was going to get like $3 million. He was going to get paid. He was going to get paid. Pandemic hit, unfortunately. Took a pay cut. Teofimo Lopez wasn't happy with that. But he took a pay cut so he could do what the fans of boxing wanted him to do. He did what the fans of boxing urge every damn boxer to do, and that is to challenge themselves, to strive to become the best and be the best. And now Teofimo Lopez is pound for pound top dude. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can flip it around however you want it. But no, of course, he's in the top 5 in a lot of people's lists. So even on the pound for pound list is just a good accomplishment, you know, good notoriety for fighters, right? Teofimo Lopez can't be getting paid the same. He can't be getting paid the same. He got paid with Vasily Lomachenko to fight George Kambosos. No, because now he's walking in there with 4 belts that he needs to pay for. So how is he gonna pay $1.2 million? And $1.2 million, people will be like, oh, but come on, what is he crying about? Why is Teofimo Lopez trying to take this as a purse bid? Why is he crying about? Come on, it doesn't like it. He's not worth more than that. He's not worth this, because a lot of people out there in the world thinks that you dictate how much a person is worth. That you dictate the value of another person, one of the fighters, one of the warriors, one of the gladiators that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. How dare you tell these fighters how much they worth? Bob Arum. Teofimo Lopez wants more money, and he deserves more money because he will be paying sanctioning fees. Do you know what $1.2 million is? How about with tax? Cut that in half. How much are you going to be paying in tax? Plus the 3% he needs to pay for each sanctioning fees. Right? He needs to pay the manager. He needs to pay the trainer. He needs to pay Teofimo Lopez Sr. as well. Strength and conditioning coaching and trainer. What else? He needs to pay the sparring. He needs to pay for the camp. He needs to pay for a lot of things. And how much you think he's gonna come home with? The undisputed champion gonna come home with what? 300,000? 400? Maybe? 500,000? Maybe. No. This man deserves extras and extras, millions of dollars. 4.2 million people seen what he's seen, and only in the US and the ESPN. 4.2 views watched Teofimo Lopez capture a undisputed status. And 1.2 million, to be honest, I don't give a damn if he signed that contract. You should do right by that dude. Rip it up and give the man the money that he deserved. Give him the damn moolah, because the money is there. Because when you said the money wasn't there, ESPN came out their pocket and gave it to Teofimo Lopez. Now, this is what this man had to say about Teofimo Lopez and the situation with the purse bid. In an interview with Pug and Cobb. Teofimo has 3.5-year contract with us. If somebody else outbids us and gets the fight, it's a one-off. I'm not happy. I'm gonna say like Bob. I'm not happy with the way it's played out, because my whole experience in boxing is the fighter deals with the promoter and the other side is the adversary. In this case, for some reason, fighters who's promoted by us and the other fighter colluded together to see if they can get the most money. They didn't do anything illegal, but it was not a wise thing, in my opinion, looking at the long picture. If anybody should be pissed, it should be us, because that's not the way a fighter deals with his promoter. That will come about when we have Ramirez versus Taylor and we're looking for an opponent for the winner. That's when the chicken comes home to roost. When the chicken come home to roost. Now, I hope that in the purse bid somebody bids for that fight. And I hope that Teofimo Lopez gets the money that he deserves. But of course, Teofimo Lopez stated that he wants to become undisputed in 140, and this is what Bob Arum means. Go ahead. But then you will have to come deal with Sugar Daddy again. That's what you're trying to say, huh? You're trying to belittle Teofimo Lopez. Let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. For the people that feel like, oh, Top Rank is doing a good job, like I stated in the beginning, Teofimo Lopez was not hyped. Teofimo Lopez was not compared to let's say another Latino great. You know how they compare, Vasily Lomachenko to somebody that compared Shakur Stevenson. They didn't compare Teofimo Lopez to Roberto Duran. They didn't compare Teofimo Lopez to Julio Cesar Chavez. They didn't promote Teofimo Lopez at all. I've been saying it for 3 years. If you have been following me since day one, the Top Rank looks, in my opinion, to be, and this is my personal opinion, I'm going to tell you like this. Anybody could hear it. I feel like the Top Rank signed Teofimo Lopez just for somebody else won't sign him. Because it doesn't seem like you're really pushing Teofimo Lopez. It doesn't seem like you really promoted him. Teofimo Lopez is blue collar. He did it the hard way, the whole American way. Teofimo Lopez and his dad promoted themselves to where they at today, not with the Top Rank, because they barely, not even in the telecast. I used to say in the telecast, they don't even care about Teofimo Lopez. They don't speak highly of him. Maybe they didn't like the boisterous voice of their dad, of Teofimo Lopez's dad. I don't know. But all I know, I've been following with this young kid, and they do not promote him like they do promote like other champions in the past or other fighters in the past. And now look, devaluing your own fighter. Just like you're devaluing Bud Crawford. Devaluing your two hottest. Really, Bobby? You want to devalue Bud and TEO? I think it's time for you to step down, Bobby. I think it's time for you to step down and go play golf with Donald J. Trump. Your friend. Then you act like it's not your friend and you hate him. But it's time for you to go play golf. Smoke a little bit of weed with Mike Tyson in the Tyson Ranch or something. Because I know you like to puff. We ain't passing either. I think you need to step down. Stop devaluing your own fighters. You're doing a disservice right now to your own brand. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe it's age. But you're blessed with the age and still talking and still have your faculties, Bob. But I think it's time for you to step down because what you're doing is actually unfair. But who am I? I'm only Punch Drunk Boxing. Huh? You know better than me in this business. But Since I've been following boxing, I've been following you, Bob. You've been moving a whole different way. This ain't you, Bob. I think you need to step down. And if these fighters want to collude with each other to get more money, then bravo to Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos Jr. Because that's going to be the new wave. That's going to be the new wave. These boxers know how much they are worth. It's not going to be you. Maybe you need to stop colluding with the networks and promoters without cutting your fighters in the negotiation table. But that's going to be the new wave, ladies and gentlemen. The boxers are going to know how much they are worth. And for the people out there that want to crucify fighters for knowing what their worth is, I think your insecurity self needs to check. Needs to check up with yourself. I'm proud of these fighters for fighting for what they believe, fighting for what they're worth, and knowing and educating themselves on what's in the pot. Because that's what the promoters like Bob don't want you to know. How much is in the pot. It's time to bring promoters, it's time to bring those fighters into the negotiation table with the networks. Or the networks are just going to deal with the fighters. Or just the fighters would just figure out to doing apps and doing their own events. Because these fighters right here is not your old fighters. These fighters know this technology. They know the wave. Boxing is not going to be the same. You keep on playing games, promoters and belt federations and things of that nature that's actually devaluing and watering down the damn sport. These young fighters are smart. The Ryan Garcia, the TEOs, the Devin Haney's, the Edgar Berlangas of the world. They're going to take over, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a whole new sport. And I can't wait to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.